Hi everyone. Yeah. Okay. So, uh, today actually tonight is really like the very early morning of Valentine's Day. So, before I actually turn in for the night because it's past midnight, I'm actually gonna make a quick video and then yeah, I'll turn in later. And tomorrow because it's my off day, I plan to use it for things. Treating myself, being good to myself. It's my me day, yeah. Which is, what everyone deserves, a day to treat themselves. But I want to talk about something that I actually came across today. Yes, while I was in the middle of work, teaching a student of mine. Okay, I mean those of y'all know that I actually teach English to mostly teenagers and adults. I mean, it's a mix of both. And quite a majority of them actually come from non-native English speaking backgrounds. So yeah, so in that case, most of them are not as good. So, but okay, while teaching that student of mine in a particular country club's uh, lounge area, uh, I actually saw one former friend, okay, whom I was talking about in another video. Not really a friend, a former acquaintance. Okay, this person whom I call a stealer narcissist. Yeah, meaning that they steal money from other people by mainly borrowing them. Yeah, borrowing the money and then disappearing. Okay, this particular so-called former friend, okay, or whoever was walking with another person, like a really fat guy, and then I was like, at that point in time, I was like, wait, uh, why are they there? Uh, and they were walking across from us at the distance towards somewhere else in the country club. So I told my student, okay, this person, be careful, because this guy by the name of Aaron, Eyren, I'm gonna be very honest, he's a total bastard because he borrows money from everyone, from friends and even from girls. Okay, he borrows money in hundreds and hundreds from everyone around him. Okay, friends, including girls who are not his girlfriend. Yeah, and after borrowing from them, he ghosts on them. Yeah, he disappears on them, and I'm not sure what he gets from doing that because he keeps on changing his circle of friends. Those that he could, obviously, a lot of them can't really, couldn't. Yeah, that was in 2016. Couldn't really keep on being his friends because he actually kept on borrowing money from every one of them, including me. And the thing is, like, I mean, I only lost about $150. That's not a big issue because I got it back. But there are some other people who actually lends him more than $500. And the worst thing of all is that he actually doesn't just ghost on them. He actually blocks them. And yeah, he blocks them. He disappears on them. Uh, and then he pretends that he's not existing when everyone knows where he lives, what his phone number is, and even his online social media. And okay, that kid Aaron, okay, kid Kidd, okay, I'm gonna name him because this is a person that you should never come into contact with, okay, because the strange thing is that his father doesn't actually indulge his I mean back then in 2016 he was 17, now he's 24. And the strange thing is this, at the point where I saw him walking past me and my student to the other side, away from the lobby where we were actually talking and where I was teaching him, that student just told me, oh, I think I know who you're talking about, that person in the sleeveless black t-shirt, who looks as if he's going to the gym, and that the person in the red, the fat guy in the red t-shirt who was next to him. I know who the guy in the red t-shirt is. Okay, and one thing is that my student actually said that these two people loves to talk to his personal trainer in the gym, although they did not buy any personal training packages from him. It was pretty disruptive according to what he said. And the funny thing was this. they actually don't just stare, they don't just talk to that personal trainer of my student. They even did things like staring, okay, staring at my student during the personal training. Is very disruptive. So you get a sense of how messed up these narcissists are. They think that they are entitled to your money, and as if it's not even that. I mean, it's pretty bad to begin with the way that he owes like thousands and thousands of like dollars. And some of his so-called close friends, there was like a bunch of people who were his close friends, about 3 or 4 of them. Okay, one of them was like a half Danish, half Indian friend, or guy. I mean, not really friend, acquaintance of mine, but a friend of his actually had to stop and cut off the friendship because he was constantly harangued or bugged by other friends about the money that Aaron owes everyone else. And in a way, that friend had to become a middleman to ask Aaron to return all that money back. Think about it. I was one of the few people who actually, a few of numerous people who actually asked that friend to actually remind Aaron to. So this is how ridiculous it got. And the funny thing was this. Aaron was a total bastard because what he did? He asked me once when he saw my first ex's photo. Okay, my first ex was effectively in her late 30s. Okay, now I'm in my 40s. But he asked me to, he asked me this. Kevin, can you actually introduce your ex to me? Obviously, it was like not for anything except for knowing her so that he could fuck her. Yes, he wanted to have sex with her, and she's my first ex. Can you believe how sad it is? Like she's older than him by 20 years. He has mommy issues. Like, and this man, this not man. He's like this boy with a like grown. He's just like a giant man baby. Yeah. Because for someone who is like 180 something, 182, 84 centimeters, what the heck are you doing making your mother cry back then by smoking in your freaking house? Okay, you are no man. You are a giant man baby who abuses his mother, and his father can't even tolerate his freaking manners. Okay, and refuses to bail him out of his BS. Okay, so I just couldn't say this because this is really, really, really crazy. It just made me realize. At that lesson, I was teaching my student about emotions. That what I was teaching him. My student was showing me a list of all these English adjectives about anger, hope, whatever. So I told him, okay, you know what? How I would feel if my blood was boiling. Okay, I'm fuming with rage. I'm livid with rage. And all this stuff, and then my student will say, I like the way that you actually direct the fact that you didn't like him into all these adjectives. But seriously, that if you ever come across someone like that, I urge you seriously to not even look at them. Okay, they are very negative, and I'm not sure whether you have any friends like that. I mean, I don't call him a friend anyway back from then, and he's not even an acquaintance. But right after coming back home tonight after that that encounter, I told my friend, just my friends, but even my on via WhatsApp, but even my mother, and she was saying, people like that, there's always karma coming for them, and don't you think that they are doing life very well? Because the fact that they can do that to you, and you're not the only one, and they have no remorse or guilt, means that when it hits them, it's going to hit them really bad. And I know one thing for sure, that as a person, my mother taught me, my mother, my grandmother, my grandparents, I mean, grew up with my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, my mother's side, they all taught me to be a good person. That, I mean, we are supposed to be, really highly sensitive people. We believe that treating people is really, really meant to be the thing for, to be a good human. That's just who we are. We are empaths and highly sensitive people. But there are some people who just don't want to watch. You have to watch your back, because I have to look both sides of the road even when I'm crossing the street. Not just one side, but both sides, because that's how much I don't trust humans. Okay, and especially not a narcissist, a freaking narcissist, a grandiose narcissist. Okay, so I urge you all, be careful. keep safe, especially now that it's, Valentine's Day. You're gonna actually see them again. All these narcissists will come back into your life, one way or another. And the fact that Aaron was actually in the country club, um, that student knew who he was. But you know what? On the flip side, my student now knows who he is, and he's keeping a lookout that he will not get into the corner of this person, because he actually complained to me that Aaron and his friend were disrupting his workouts in the gym when he was actually asking his personal trainer for help. Okay, so this thing is, narcissists don't really want you to do well, even if they don't know you. They just try to mess up and disrupt everyone's life. That's who they are. Okay, they are no good people. They are aware, but they have no guilt or remorse. That's how much of a piece of shit they are. Okay, so a piece of dung, a piece of refuse, piece of whatever fecal matter. Yeah, that they are. Okay, I'm just ranting, but now I'm gonna talk about something else later. But for now, have a good one, everyone. Okay, Valentine's Day is gonna end soon, by tomorrow, at least for me and for those in Asia or whatever, or in Australia. But treat yourself well. If you don't love yourself, how can you love someone correctly? You have to love yourself first. Okay, you have to do that. Okay, treat yourself well. Okay, it's not being selfish to focus on your own recovery, your own well-being, because if you don't love yourself, you're gonna keep on attracting terrible people. Okay, yeah, people like that Aaron they can't come back into my life, but I just want to put it out there. They are really losers. Okay, I'll talk about it later, something else later. Okay, thank you, bye bye.